Native Hunt is run by the Ted Nugent of the West. Okay, a man who was a rock and roll star who took all his money and bought 1,000 acres in Monterey that any of us would cut. 1,000 acres. And he stocked the thing with these super intelligent near cyber boars that people go out and hunt for $1,000 a pop. And he called us because nobody was showing up to kill his super cyber intelligent boars. And we tried to resist taking the project because we're not hunters. You know, I mean, look, we're in a law firm looking over Torrey Pines. There's not a lot of people with a gun rack in their car right now. But he insisted because he liked our process. And so we engaged with him. And we did the classic process that Dean laid out, that I just laid out, where we looked at their marketplace and looked at their messages. Here's one problem. You can't have a bunch of skinned pigs on your homepage. Because your carnivorous, bloodlusting hunter sometimes has a secretary who buys the trip for him, and she happens to be a vegetarian who drives a Prius with a coexist bumper sticker on the back. Okay? Problem. We said, hey, maybe you need to just stop talking to all your buddies to come out and hunt, who then turn around and ask you for a free time, and actually have some processing campaigns. So we launched out 12 different test campaigns. A test campaign is big enough that the results are reliable, but small enough that it doesn't break your budget when you pile it all together. And as usually happens, 3 of the 12 test campaigns worked. We look at the whole universe of marketing, right? So we say, what's the positioning, pricing, product development or product presentation, what are important partnerships that take place, what's the universe of promotions from online to PR to media to direct to sales to discounting, all those things. And when you have that framework to work with, it can be hard to bring it down to 12 test campaigns. And what happened to work for these guys, the secret sauce ended up being heavy FM drive time statewide radio that created awareness, that drove people to search for them, that plugged into a good paid search campaign on Google exclusively, that ended up driving them to a website that we worked on to convert with the right messages. Okay? We didn't know that when we started. We did all sorts of things for them, none of which were goofy. Like, we never hired a blimp to fly over San Francisco and advertise Native Hunt, right? Everything makes sense or has a chance of success. But honestly, I think we end up, on average, probably 3 out of the 10 to 12 test campaigns really sizzles. And you accept that in sort of a scientific method of marketing, if you will. And then whatever works, you turn up the gas on. And they were able to ride that for a long time, and it moved them up that Maslow's hierarchy of needs to the point that by the time we were done, we had such steady lead flow. In fact, at our renewal of the contract, he said, you know, we're riding around the ranch. And he says, you know, I don't really know what you guys do all day. But I know that before Gray Soup Marketing, we did 10 proposals a month, and now we do 50 a week. So keep doing what you're doing.